what's up everybody? This is VisitJoan and welcome to a video that I am recording way in advance, but I kind of needed to do it now because of, well, I'll explain that in a minute, but what I am doing today is pretty much making kind of like a Mimicker brownstone house. I don't know exactly what the heck to call it, so I'm just going to call it that. But anyway, I am doing this now because, you know, I recently, well, by the time I am recording this was recently, by the time you're watching this, it won't be. This is probably going up sometime November, December, but I really just want to like get ahead because, oh great, my parents are home. You know, just when I start recording the voiceover, my parents come home. So now you know what, just never mind. I was here first. They have to respect me. That's the way it works, okay, peoples? Okay, but anyway, you know, I recently, you know, had my birthday and I decided for part of that, you know, I just wanted to play the game because I hadn't done that since like Island Living came out, and other than, you know, playing to test certain builds. And yes, I know it's been forever, but when you're a creator, you know, you don't get the chance to do stuff like that often. So I decided, you know, I'm just gonna play the game because I had, you know, a story in mind for what I wanted to do with these particular Sims. But you know, soon after playing it, I realized that I really needed to give, well, I mean, the one family just a bigger space because the space I made for them wasn't working. The toddler couldn't access the bed. It just wasn't all that functional for what they needed it to be. And so I realized, you know what, I'd better make another build for them. And with the apartment that they were in, I probably will kind of renovate it again or something, make it a little bit more functional, move oh my goodness, somebody else in there. But I needed, you know, a place to put them. And so I figured, you know, there's this residential lot just lying there in the Spice District. That's probably what should go there. And, you know, I was thinking, because I had, you know, the day before had saved a bunch of different, you know, houseplants. And I was looking through the ones that, you know, looked good. There was a really tiny one that might work. But that one was one with like 5 bathrooms. And I'm like, well, not bathrooms, bedrooms. I'm getting bathrooms and bedrooms confused. Why is this happening? But I figured, you know what, I probably should use that for a bigger family. And then there was a contemporary one that I really liked the look of. However, it didn't really fit in the Spice District. I know. I normally don't, you know, look at that kind of thing. But since the districts in like San Myshuno are kind of really just, they have their own particular little style, I kind of wanted to keep within that. And they were all like, I'm trying to find a word to describe this style. And first word that comes to mind is brownstone. Well, I can't really do a brownstone house because those are so long and thin, and it's a square lot that's 30 by 30, so there's not that much room. So I kind of decided to go with, you know, a house that I had saved the floor plan for. There was like a whole garage and a gaming room above the garage, but I'm like, you know what, I don't really need that. I can just chop that off, like end it at the side. And yes, it looks a little bit more boxy, which is what we try to avoid doing in The Sims, but it works, so I'm not going to complain too much. But I decided to do that floor plan with basically like a brownstone look to it. So it looks like a brownstone, but it's not. That's why it's called a brownstone mimicker. I hope you all follow me on that. But anyway, I did make a couple of tweaks to the floor plan just because I did not need like a 5 by 5 space to put a pantry. And just because, you know, floor plans don't translate well to The Sims at all. And every time I do one, I do the first floor, it looks fine, it looks great, and then I go do the floor plan to the second floor, and for some reason there's not enough room. Like, who designed these floor plans, and why is there not enough room on the second floor when the second floor is exactly the same size as the first floor? Like, what is going on? I don't understand, but you know what? As you can see in this video, I ran into that problem here, so I just tweaked it just a little tiny bit, made it a little bit bigger, and all of a sudden we didn't have any problems anymore. So yeah, that's a good thing. And I will get into the backstory in a little bit, but the other reason I'm doing this now is pretty much because I have to, because, okay, my Sim is pregnant, and if I don't play through the entire pregnancy with her, then there's a chance that I will miss the labor and then I don't get to name the baby. So it may end up with some weird, wacky name I just hate. And no, I want full control of this baby's name, people. And by full control, I mean hitting the randomize button until it comes up with something I like. But with that being said, I can't really do anything in live mode until I play out this entire pregnancy, which is kind of a problem because for some of the projects I do, I need to film those in live mode. And, it's getting to the point where I'm recording this in October, but you guys are probably not seeing this until sometime, maybe a little bit later in the year. I know there's a couple of videos that have to go up before this one, but like I'm saying, at the time I'm recording this, it's mid-October, and it's at the point where I'm trying to think about my plan for the rest of 2019. What do I want to do, and what do I want to accomplish? Summer was really good. Summer, I accomplished everything I wanted to. Sorry about that. But, and now I'm thinking, okay, for the rest of the year, what do I want to get done? And I've kind of basically decided that there probably isn't going to be another huge installment of Trouble in Paradise for the rest of this year. Maybe like mini machinimas, but there's not going to be like a huge one because it takes a lot of work and stuff like that. And we got the university rumors saying that university is just right around the corner, and I got to prepare for that. And then there's Pokemon Sword and Shield, which supposedly comes out on the same day. So it's just, no, I don't have time. I'm already swamped. And then there's real life obligations I gotta factor in as well, like Thanksgiving and Christmas and all of that wonderful stuff. So, it's just, I don't have time to do something that's going to take a couple months of work. But I do kind of want to get some minis out, maybe some music video types, although I don't have any of those planned right now. Well, maybe I do, but it's complicated, and I'm thinking about what I want to do for that fateful night, and because, days are getting shorter and shorter, and I have less time each day to work, and so thinking maybe I should just focus more on that fateful night, which is the written series. But to be honest, I just have no desire to go on that computer. It's so slow, and I got that thing like 8.5 years ago. I would like something newer, but I just got a new computer, so that's not going to happen in the foreseeable future. But, I just have no desire to do that. But one of the projects that I have planned actually requires me to finish a written installment of That Fateful Night. And so I don't know when the heck that's getting done. But, actually, there's another video that I have done and pretty much ready to go, actually, that's still waiting on that. And that probably won't even be out in 2019. But anyway, you guys, the point is I need the Sim to have her baby. And to do that, it really just isn't feasible to have the couple be in like 2 separate houses, or to have him be with her apartment. And I can't move in him with her because then there's too many household members. So I just need to build this house now. That's why I'm doing this now. That's why I'm recording this way ahead of time. But it's a long and complicated mishmash of stuff. If you are a creator yourself, you will probably understand all of this. And you will also understand what I'm about to tell you. Hey everyone, it's been about 2 weeks, and I have to say that a lot of what I just told you ended up being false. And that's not really lying, because at the time I said it, it was true. It's not like I was purposely deceiving you. That's not lying. Those are 2 different things, okay? But anyway, due to some circumstances that were outside of my control, I decided to switch around the schedule of the videos a bit, and that resulted in posting the video that needed to go up before this than I had planned. And believe it or not, that actually was a good thing, because instead of seeing this in late November, you are going to be seeing this in early November. And considering I'm trying to get everything for November, the first half of November, done before the end of October, that's just another video I had recorded and ready to go. So I'm pretty much almost done with that goal. But now I can tell you the crazy backstory that I tend to create when I do these builds. And it's not a VisitJoan video without a crazy in-depth backstory. So here we go. And the funny thing is that actually I was trying to figure out how to do the voiceover for this, planning it in my head. And I'm sitting there thinking, why does this sound so familiar? This sounds like I've done it before. And the reason was that I had done it before, and I completely forgot about it. So, anyway, here you guys go. So, you remember the mad scientist penthouse, right? Well, her daughter, Jaylene, I think is her name. Yeah, that's her name. Anyway, she's more of a bigger woman, and she met this guy named Pierce, who is the single dad who lived in the single dad apartment, and he has 2 daughters of his own. And he was facing, losing custody of them for some reason. I don't know why. It was pretty much unfair. But the judges were pretty much jerks. And they said, maybe if you had, a woman in their lives, a mother figure for them, then you wouldn't have to lose custody. And I'm like, why is that like any important at all? But anyway, he was, trying to figure out what to do. And then he found Jaylene, and well, he kind of thought she was beautiful, but maybe he didn't think that at the time, or however that goes. I have no idea. I've never been through that. But, she just kind of caught his eye, and he said, hey, I need your help. I'm going to lose custody of my 2 children, and they've never even known their mother or anything like that. So could you, pretend to be my girlfriend for a little bit, just so, I can win this court case? And so she pretty much fell for him, and she agreed. And so they pretended to be, dating. And not only did they end up in an actual relationship, but they also discovered that they had their own baby on the way. And so, yeah, of course, he did win his case and all that stuff. I never really fleshed that out. And so, Jaylene's mother became the first female mad scientist. And so she brought Pierce to the event. And, they were talking about her and this little ceremony they had. And basically Pierce said, I have something to say. You raised a beautiful daughter, a wonderful daughter. I love her. And I know this is your big night, but I want to give her something to celebrate. And he proposed right there on the spot. Oh, and Bella and Mortimer were there. I just love how I just randomly just put that in. You guys know me. You guys should know by now that with these big, immense backstories, Bella and Mortimer are going to be involved in some shape or form. And actually, that was perfect timing, because that red face was actually a wedding gift from Bella. And mad scientists are a pretty close-knit group at times, and when one mad scientist throws an event, all the others usually get invited. So, of course, Bella and Mortimer were at the wedding. Just thought you should know that little detail. Okay, I'm going back to the story now, but anyway, beautiful wedding, beautiful little ceremony. It was kind of small, but kind of not. I mean, it wasn't ridiculously planned and done to the nines or anything, but it was still, a pretty, spectacular event. And so in trying to figure out where they were going to live, they couldn't go live in her penthouse because there just wasn't enough room. There was only 3 bedrooms, and they couldn't live at his apartment because, well, they definitely didn't have enough room. I mean, there was barely enough room for him and his 2 girls, so they got a new house in the Spice District, oh my goodness, of San Myshuno, and here we are. So, okay, maybe that wasn't as intricate as a backstory as I thought it was, but at the time, when I played it, it was just, I did play it through, so, it feels pretty big when you play it through, but now that I'm telling it, maybe it wasn't all that huge. Not as huge as some of the others I've done, but you know what? It is what it is, guys. So anyway, back to the build. We are now in the upstairs hallway. And even though I was trying to do this build, well, maybe not quickly, but I was trying to get it done, I did take my time with it. At least I think I did. Yeah, I did. But, I wanted to go and take some pictures of the wedding and some maternity pictures, and I kind of figured out that those poses are not meant for bigger women, especially busty women. Oh my goodness, there was this one picture. You'll see it. If you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you've seen it already, but it was just so funny, I had to share it. It was just I didn't even realize it until after I took the picture, but I realized he looked like he was squeezing a stress ball. And that's everything I have to say about that. But anyway, here we are in the master bedroom. And I pretty much picked this houseplant because I really liked how there was a wall on the bed. And behind that was a closet. And that closet was just, oh my goodness. It was difficult to plan just because there wasn't all that much room. I mean, I was trying to figure out where to put the rack, the dresser rack, and what else? I don't even know. Because, these master bedrooms are pretty big. And so I'm always wondering what the heck am I gonna put in here to fill all of this space? And it's just, oh my goodness. But I think it turned out pretty well. I really like how it turned out anyway. And the bathroom is just gorgeous. Yes, I did put some intimate pictures. Well, not intimate, kind of sexy pictures of them in the bathroom, but it's the bathroom. The kids don't go in there, so it's their own little space, which I felt was appropriate for that. You will see all of these pictures, these family photos, these, wedding pictures when we get to the screenshots at the end. And the baby did arrive. He's a boy, and I forgot his name because apparently I can't remember what I named my babies in The Sims. But, I did something unusual when it came to the wall height. I actually put like the shortest wall height on the downstairs, but then for the upstairs I had to go to the medium wall height. Well, not medium because I don't know, but I pretty much had to do the second wall height because the whatchamacallit, the windows were oh boy, what they were kind of clipping the roof, so I had to make the walls bigger. I didn't really have a choice. And I was also trying to do this really fancy light fixture over the island counter in the kitchen. And normally it just wouldn't have worked because the little jars were just way too close to the floor. But you know what? Nobody's gonna walk in the middle of the kitchen counter, so it doesn't actually matter. And this toddler's room, oh my goodness, I really kind of struggled to make it actually look good. I was trying to make it look like a room and not a place where toddlers just, play, and that was just really difficult. And I've done it before, but it was just I was just putting random stuff there, I don't even know. But I finally came up with something that made it look good, and I edited all of this stuff out. But and Jaylene's mom has a cat, so there are little cat figurines all over the house. And she did give the one girl, I think her name is Cheyenne, a little cat plush that actually kind of looks like her cat. And I don't remember the name of the cat, but that's pretty much it. Anyway, you guys, we finally got off our butt and went to Six Flags. Then went with my aunt, my cousin, and my mom. And we decided, we're gonna go on Max Force because I figured, you know what? The line's only going to get longer, but and I was really expecting on the ride to be completely nervous waiting for launch, but I didn't have all those nerves this time, and it was, wait, where are the nerves? I'm so glad I'm not nervous, because, that's the thing I hate the most about roller coasters, is just being nervous right before the ride, or when you're going up the lift hill. And in this case, it's a launch is easier, because after, the launch is there, you get launched and you're done. Well, that was not quite true, because we kept getting launched more and more and more, and actually the launch was the most intense part of the ride. But we ended up waiting 90 minutes, which wasn't that bad because we were talking to each other in the line. So it's not like we completely wasted time, you know what I mean? But, that's not the longest I've ever actually waited for a ride. The longest I've waited for a ride was 2 hours for X2 at Magic Mountain. And considering that there are only 3 instances of that specific type of roller coaster in the world, only 1 in North America, and I haven't had a chance to go on it in the 10 years since, it was worth every minute of that wait. And in other good news, we only had to wait 30 minutes for Raging Bull, so my aunt and I decided to just, why not? We're just going to sit in the front row. And I was right, the lines actually did get longer as the day went on, because we went into a line that said it was going to be 45 minutes, and we ended up waiting twice as long. And by the time that ride was done, we're just we're done. We just got to get on the carousel and just get out of here. But anyway, we were going on the carousel, and my mom's like, you lead, we'll follow. So anyway, we get on the carousel, we're the first ones on. I go pick my horse, and they all go in the opposite direction. I'm like, what the heck? It was actually pretty interesting, because there was a couple with a little boy on the 2 horses next to me, and when we were going around, as the horses were going up and down, the little boy would be like, hi mom. It was so cute. And then we went to a restaurant and had to watch the Bears lose. Because, we were standing in line, my aunt pulled out her phone, she's like, man, I should have taped this game. And then at the very end of the game, my aunt's just like, I'm glad I didn't tape this game. I'm glad I didn't go home just specifically for this game. But she and my cousin got holiday passes, so it is possible that we will go to the park one more time before the season's out. And then next year, I don't know, I kind of think maybe membership would be a good idea, because it pays, every month. But why the heck do I have to pay for the 3 months or 4 months or whatever that the park doesn't even open? What the heck is that about? I don't know what the heck is going on. But anyway, you guys, this video is pretty much wrapping up, so I'm going to end it here. If you liked this video, I would really appreciate you leaving a like and a comment, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also, be sure to follow me on social media if you want to see fun facts, behind the scenes, or just snippets of everyday life. You can always follow me on Instagram at VisitJoan. And if you want to see, oh my goodness, what was it? Oh yeah, my opinions on all things Sims related. We want to know when videos are out, that kind of thing. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at VisitJoan videos. But anyway, I'm going to get up out of here. Bye, everybody. I'll see you in the next video.